Doesn't matter because I've already started. Just to do this week's bracket. There's no.
And what is this week's bracket?
No, this week's bracket one's cool. It's going to feature some people we may have talked about in the past. Well, of course, it's all about you.
No, it's not.
It's all about you.
Oh, I don't think really, guys. It's all about you. It's all about you. We like to sing. We like to have fun. What were you singing this morning?
What were you singing this morning?
Was it this morning or was it yesterday?
This morning we were singing One.
Yeah, she was probably going for it.
And then the other day, me and Mum were in Marks and Spencer's, and I started singing that song for a shower. You know that little Asian girl sings.
No.
You ever watched Rush Hour?
Years ago.
Yeah, she's in the back of a car and she's blasting a bit of Mariah Carey.
Aye.
He's not got a clue. Look at him.
I started singing that. Summoned an Asian woman around the corner, and I was like, "What?"
Are you allowed to say summoned an Asian woman? As you eat pom bears? I feel like the pom bear part's the most racist bit.
We all know that's how we just found Chinatown in Newcastle. We just wandered around aimlessly, and my friend went, "Follow the Asians." And we did, and we found Chinatown.
I don't know.
It worked though, didn't it?
Yeah. But, I don't know.
Well, I suppose.
I fuck knows, mate.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, yes, we've got an awesome bracket.
What's today's bracket about?
Today's bracket, right, okay, Chris, we're going to be talking about cinema and movies and all that shenanigans, but more importantly, what's inside of them.
Inside of what?
Inside of a movie.
What do you mean?
It's characters, and what kind of characters do we kind of get? We get, like, the secondary character, the comedic relief, the bimbo girls, the last lone survivor girls.
Damsel in distress.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking about, this is a fun one to put together. And again, we've talked about some of these before. Me and you, Chris, are going to determine, there was a lot to pick from, so we are missing some, who is the most legit badass movie character of all time. And now what I mean by badass is like, someone you ain't going to fuck with, right? Who would me and you be most scared to have a fun war with?
The guy from Ratatouille that killed a guy with this thumb.
Don't have a fun war with that guy. I can't remember much of Ratatouille. I can remember it, but like...
He's like a tallish guy with blonde hair. He's
I know
like,
how to
I killed
make
a
it.
man with this
I know
thumb.
how to make it.
And it looks nothing like it does
No.
in the film.
No.
Does
It
it
involves
not?
a lot of salt.
It's more
Is it?
a stew.
No,
like
sugar, sorry. It involves a lot of
aubergines
sugar.
I don't know what an aubergine is. I've heard
and
it.
eggplant.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is an eggplant? What eggs come from chickens?
It's an aubergine, but if you're American, it's an eggplant.
Oh.
I got bit.
Is that the one that they use as a dick when you're
Yeah.
messaging? Oh, the purple
Little
thing.
purple thing, yeah.
I thought that was a fucking hot thing, a chili. Shows how much I know about fruit, veg.
We got booped on the head by a guy.
I thought you said you got booped in the head by a big willy.
No, by a guy with an eggplant on his stick it download. We were sat in the village waiting for someone, and he came over and he was like, boop, 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 boop. That's one of your 5 a day. I was like, okay. And he just walked off, didn't see him again. I was like,
Oh,
alright.
hell yeah.
See some weird scenes there.
Yeah. I was so...
I can imagine.
Some guy had a toaster in the crowd one year. Another guy had a cup of tea. He was just like,
What's wrong with a cup of tea?
no, like an actual cup of tea in the crowd.
What's wrong with a cup of tea?
Imagine-
Maybe he didn't drink.
Imagine if someone like flies into
It
you
wasn't
and
my
your tea
father,
goes
was it?
everywhere.
Imagine a guy taking a microwave on a train.
It would be my father. My
would
father
my
would
father?
go with a cup of tea. I'd go with a cup of tea.
Seen a guy on a train once away at a football match with a microwave. Just brought it in, plugged it in, he put it in, everyone's singing, he's got his microwave on a train. And he acts out, and when it went ding, everyone's going, ah! Fucking football fans are the weirdest. But yeah, anyway, bracket. I do have the list.
Where's the list?
But we're going to do it Bush Tucker trial style.
Okay.
And of course, you won't be alone. This is a Bush Tucker trial. There's going to be some horribleness getting put on you.
Like?
Fish water.
Some awful.
Awful.
Yeah, no, Chris, he's looking at me as if I've actually set up a bush jugger trial. It's just in the pot in the window, mate. Anne and Deck aren't here, mate. You're all right. Fingers crossed B can read. Probably not.
Deciphering freaking code is writing.
Yeah, there might as well be Morse code. Don't read out any names that you can't read. If you get stuck, we will come to it. So yes, the rules are simple. Not on about popular opinion, not on about whatever, who we think is the most badass. So if you say character A and I say character B, we'll be like, well, this person has survived this and has killed them and has done this, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I guess so.
Are you ready, B? The confusion on her face says, I cannot read.
I cannot read this shit today. I
There we
read.
go. We are not sponsored by McFly today, I will admit.
Did we play it right?
Huh?
Did we play that song?
The weirdo with 5 colours in it. 2 at the minute. One of them's orange.
3.
3.
Got the natural.
Teal. What was that? Someone's been on the fucking old.
I used to have 5 colours in my hair.
Was it weirdo with 5 colours in her hair?
Got a lip ring. Well, it's not a ring, but got a lip ring.
What?
I
don't know.
Jordy Andy was said that. It's like, has your bird got a fucking gum pierced? I was like, yeah, little thing. He's like, oh, that's no good. That like should be like.
It's not even your gum though.
I don't know. I was just.
It's that little piece of skin.
Yeah, why I said that. I was like, oh, that's fucking that different like that. That'll hurt. And he kept going, oh no, I didn't do that. I was like, well, you don't have to do it, mate.
I always create people out when I'm like, oh, I did it myself. Did you?
Yeah,
How did you do that?
I had a freak like you at school. I just sat at the back of the class and he's just there with a fucking pin putting it through his ears. Claret everywhere and he's like, proper grieber. He come to school with a machete to butter his bread. Got done for having a knife at school. He's just there stabbing through his ear, blood everywhere, and he's like, piss my ear. I'm like, oh my fucking god. Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Potentially not.
I almost fucked up using that though. That was hilarious. Almost came out my lip.
I almost came out of it. We have fun here. We like to have fun. Don't draw on my head because. No, anyway, 7 minutes in, no brackets started. It'll start on my
The
first
most badass movie character.
That was dum dum
I
dum.
got that.
Black Widow and Rambo.
Black Widow and Rambo. Now you see, I'm going to take these from all aspects of
Okay.
movies,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
Black Widow.
Black Widow, she's
or
an assassin. Rambo, he's a military guy.
My little friend.
Who? Scarface. What about Sylvester Stallone?
I started saying it and I was like, the wrong film.
Rambo. Great film though, so kudos to you.
Yeah.
It's related to films. Okay.
Would I want an assassin after me, or would I want a military guy after me?
Well, you've got to put it into context as well. What she's accomplished compared to what he's accomplished. I mean,
He is a badass, though.
he's pretty much taken out full armies
Yes.
by himself, sometimes with a bow and arrow.
Yes.
But she stands amongst the Hulk and fought against robots, aliens, and still holds her own. So
Yes.
is it easier for her, being a regular person, to stand up against like the Thanos, Ultron, or is it easier for him to be a guy against guys with guns? And it's a hard one to call.
It's a hard one call.
But on his side as well, he's on his Todd,
He's on his Todd.
and she has help. But we don't know what's going to happen in Black Widow. She might.
I'd like to say Rambo.
I'm thinking more Rambo, purely because the fact that he's not because he's a man.
No, but,
But
he's
yeah.
a badass.
He's a fucking legit badass. Like
He's like.
yeah, he's a fucking Rambo's a beast.
He is.
Yeah, I'm happy with Rambo.
Yeah.
So B zones out and gets
Something
bored.
like Pokemon there.
It's all about Pokemon.
No.
Bond and Luke Hobbs.
Ooh, see, I tried to pick it from the
James
Bond or Luke Hobbs,
Or
The Rock.
Hobbs.
Who,
You
given
got a copper or you got MI6.
yeah, but he's not just a typical copper though, is he? Isn't he like like a military side of like don't they roll him with like
Special weapons and tactics.
Yeah.
SWAT.
Regardless of what you think of the films and stuff and what he's doing, like I mean, he's a fair like mate when he rips the cast off and fucking rock bottom and stays over a table, falling out of a building and surviving. But James Bond, he seems to kind of never
James
die.
Bond is more of his gadgets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can fight, but it's more of his gadgets.
Yeah. His hand-to-hand combat, he seems quite nifty. The moment in Skyfall, though, when he takes out a fair amount of people by his Todd, like his training's awesome. He's great with any weapons. He would still probably be able to do what he can do without the help of, which we might see in the new film, with MI6 behind him. Like, there's no question he's a badass. Could Hobbs, even though he's taken out a lot of people and he's come up against a lot of people and done a lot of badass shit, could he come up against
the people Bond has came up against? I'm not sure if Hobbs
could do the same.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Bond's kill count is probably higher, probably because he's been around a lot longer. But
Yeah.
I think James Bond.
Yeah, it's going to have to be James on this one, I think.
Whenever you're ready, love.
Fuck off.
When she reads.
Terminator?
The Terminator. So we're talking about the T-100. To Arnie. It's T-1000, T-100.
1000, isn't it?
T-1000, is it?
I think so.
It's the T-1 something.
Yeah, no, I can't read that.
Who have we got here? Oh, Furiosa from the new Mad Max film.
See, next time you do one of these, I'm writing it out.
She is fucking awesome. That film was so brilliant.
I enjoyed my
It was amazing. And the fact that she's getting a prequel. She does a lot of hardcore badass shit. She can drive a tanker thing as well, whatever that was, that truck thing with the birds in the back. And
But this is Terminator.
It's Terminator, you know what I mean? I wanted to put her in there because I really fucking enjoyed her so much. And like I said, she was a legit boss. She freed all of her people from Immortal Joe and stuff with the help of Mad Max. But yeah, the Terminator's a fucking badass, isn't he?
You wouldn't want to mess with Terminator.
No, I mean, I wouldn't want to mess with her, even though she's got half an arm missing.
Yeah.
She'd still fairly,
She'd do some damage.
She has attachments and that's to it, doesn't she? She's fucking...
She'll do some damage.
Yeah. Next!
Sarah Connor and John Wick.
Right, okay.
To be honest,
Sarah Connor, she's just a regular Joe who knows how to fight.
Who was the most badass in the newest film, you have to admit.
John Wick, who knows every fucking fighting move in the world.
Every assassin is scared of him.
Exactly.
They call him the Baba Yaga, the boogeyman.
So it's John Wick.
Yeah,
There's no argument there.
No, I
It
just
wouldn't surprise me if he wins this list.
He was kind of on my spectrum too. I wanted to include her though because she was. I mean, again, you said it. She's just a mother, a regular Joe who fought against Terminators and stuff.
Yeah, which is good on her.
Yeah, she is in her own right
Yeah.
a fucking badass.
But when you put her up against John Wick,
John Wick's a hard one to beat. Like John Wick really is.
I'd like to be associated with John Wick.
Well,
I
I
got
would.
sad when they killed his dog.
Yeah, but he got revenge. He got a new one.
Didn't just get revenge. You fucking.
When he's getting revenge and then there's John Wick getting
Well,
revenge.
yeah. If anyone fucking touched Ozzy, I'd do the same thing.
Well, exactly like John Wick.
I'm
So you'll be
not that fucking skilled.
come with a stick and.
Yeah, you find a stick and clout. I've got a bat in the house. I'll fucking bat them one.
To be fair, mate, I don't think the sons of assassins are going to come after you. There again, it was a fluke how they met him because they didn't know who he was, were they?
No.
They just fucking,
I'm gonna have to watch these again. I like John Wick.
They're cool as fuck, aren't they?
Can't wait for 4 and 5.
Fucking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Next, Jamie.
Next game.
Pulling faces.
Batman and Han Solo.
Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy. I want to go because I feel like for you, he'll be the most brutal Batman you've seen so far.
What does that say?
That says, Christian Bale.
Oh.
CB. So yeah, the Dark Knight from the Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay. And who else, sorry?
Gets Han Solo.
It's gonna have to be Batman.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, Han Solo is a badass. You know, he's a bit of a rapscallion. He's like a smooth guy.
This is a guy, regardless of get rid of his cape. It's just a guy who's fucking fighting people. He's
always so angry, but what you've got to give it a massive, huge point to Batman is, no matter who you put him up against, I don't care who it is, it could be Darkseid or by himself.
Yeah.
Batman always seems to find a way. Yeah. Like I've seen him come up against Superman plenty of times, found a way. I've seen him come up against Justice League, found a way. I've seen him come up with DC's greatest villains, found a way. For whatever reason, for Batman being a regular Joe, always finds a way, which is the most scary thing. Whereas some of these people won't always find that little bit they need. They'll just give it all of it and then they're gone. Whereas you think, oh, we've killed the Batman, he's done. Next thing you know, he stood behind you, and you fucking, well, you should be dead because he shouldn't kill.
Yeah.
He's a scary guy.
Scary guy. And then
I already wrote Batman's one. Yeah. Rocky.
Rocky.
Bullwinkle.
Adonis Creed. So I went for Michael B. Jordan.
Like Rocky, not Rocky.
Whatever. Rocky against Adonis Creed. So Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Oh.
I had to put these in there because these are such the feel-good, action-packed, up against it all, going for the world titles and shit moments.
It's gonna have to be Rocky.
Yeah, I think. I mean that fight, that comeback against Ivan Drago, Mr. T, all that shenanigans. He's come up against a hell of a fucking lot, Rocky. Yeah. Even in the sixth Rocky, where he's old and retired, and he comes back against, I can't remember his name. He doesn't win the fight, even though there's an alternative ending in the DVD where he does win the fight. But Rocky just seems to never give up. No. Which is a hard trait to actually have, because a lot of people say, fuck that, I've had enough. He just keeps going and going and going.
Going.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what goes on tonight with Tyson and...
Oh, mate, I'm so excited.
Oh, Jones Jr.
So excited. Mike Tyson still looks like a fucking machine.
Like I said, I listened to both of them on Joe Rogan, and they both sounded fucking...
Oh, they're ready for it, like...
They are.
Absolutely ready for it. Mike Tyson's admitted, he's like, I'll happily fight fucking AJ and Tyson Fury whenever they want. I don't think he will.
No.
But he said, I'll do it. It's fucking scary.
Yep.
Indiana Jones and Brian.
Who?
Where we are. Oh shit, who have I even written there?
No, it's bad when he can't even read his own handwriting.
Fuck, who have I written there?
Brian.
Shit, who have I written?
I don't know.
I was half asleep when I wrote this.
Please help Chris. Please decipher Chris.
I don't know.
I want to know who I've written.
Brian
Baganda.
It looks like M-E-I-D. Mild?
Brian Mad.
I can't remember who I've written. Fuck it, just keep Indiana, just chuck out another
But you've
badass.
got brackets.
Yeah, I've gone for...
Dion?
Oh, fuck knows who I've gone for, mate. I was fucking mongoloid when I wrote that. I've fucking got a clue. Fuck it.
I don't know, Brian.
Give us a badass character. Give us a badass character from any film that we haven't mentioned. Doesn't matter who it is.
Voldemort.
Brian. Brian.
I don't want.
Hey, I want to know who I've put. This is one of the situations where I'm writing it like this.
So it looks like T, like in the brackets. It could be a D or a T.
Right, we're moving on from that. Fuck it. So we've got Voldemort against Indiana Jones. I'm sorry, B. You should have put someone, but it's Indiana Jones. Voldemort's not a badass. You know what I mean? Voldemort's just a wormy little bastard who gets his...
Harry Potter is dead.
Who gets his minions to do the shit for him. Whereas Indiana Jones, he beat up the Nazis. He beats up Nazis.
Did he split himself into different things?
Nobody beat up the Nazis.
Voldemort could beat up Nazis.
Voldemort couldn't beat up shit. Fair enough, he's got his wand there.
Just shout Avada Kedavra.
You take away Voldemort's wand, I guarantee you I'll beat him in a fight. If he's got his wand there, yeah, fair enough.
What about his snack?
Oh, fucking snake.
Snake.
Fucking, they got killed off fucking, what's his name?
But then saying that, well, if you put him and Indiana together, Indy would be afraid of him because of his a snack.
He would be, yeah. But Indiana Jones, you've got to remember, will be stood
He's a
there,
professor's
over
teacher.
there, done dead.
Yeah. It's Indy.
It's Indiana
He's
fucking
not the
Jones.
first person I can think of was Voldemort.
It's Baba, you were correcting my mongoloidness, so thank you.
Brian.
There is a hard one in here, mate.
Brian.
Brian behind it.
Logan and Beatrix Kiddo.
Kill Bill. You've seen Kill Bills, haven't you? I'm sure you've said
Long time
that.
ago.
Remember them films, right? It's basically her covered in other people's blood, and when you say other people's, you're talking about 100 ninjas and 100 assassins that she's just
I
demolished.
found out who it is.
Who is it?
Brian Mills from Taken.
Brian
Liam
Mills from
Neeson.
Taken, Liam Neeson.
All right.
See, we should have gone back to that.
We'll
Because,
go back. We'll
We'll go back to that one.
yeah, because he's fucking legit.
Way.
What a fucking...
Like, I said
dick.
How did you figure it out?
And I was like, that looks like a T, but it looks like a D. And I was like, T-A? And then I thought, well, Google it, because I've taken it in my head for so long. And I was like, I'm fucking Googling this to find out if they have a Brian.
Sorry, these are doing my head, and I sent B chuck them on the floor, and they won't get picked up.
So now we found out who Brian is.
Right, so we'll move on, because we keep dilly-dallying.
Jesus Christ.
Right, Logan, or Kill... We'll just say Kill Bill for sakes.
You have to be
It's Logan for me. Logan can kill pretty much anything, including Kill Bill.
But you got to remember, right? Logan isn't the best fighter. That's fact.
No, but it's
Logan's
Antenians.
Antennians,
Antenians.
adamantium claws.
That's what-
Logan, there is no without a shadow of doubt. Logan is 100% badass. He's a fucking hero. He's a
fucking souped up antennas for a beetle or something.
he's dope. He's a badass. He's cool, but he has enhanced powers. Exactly. Whereas she's a regular Joe and a woman that kills and does all this shit. Like, there's no doubt Logan could take out an army because he's invincible.
But we could have a new Kill Bill person.
I feel sorry for everyone.
What does that have to do with Al?
I don't know.
Oh, what the thinking, what is that?
Could have a new.
If we have a new... Yeah, no, like I said, I'm not arguing against Logan because he's fucking Logan.
Yeah, true.
But he has help behind him in terms of he can't die.
Well, there's that.
Oh, jeez. Is it more badass for somebody who can physically die to come up against all
But
of these people?
I'll try and go for the person who I can kill than the person who I can't kill.
Yeah, and the fact that you go for the person that you can kill, she still kills you and 99 of your other pals.
Well, yeah, but at least I know I've tried. I could try with Logan. I know I still won't get anywhere.
Well, that's what I mean. You're not going to get anywhere because he has, unfortunately, an advantage that he's regenerative.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I'm not taking away any of his badass factor. I'm just saying she's made herself
Alright, then replace
badass.
Logan with Lara, X-23. It's the same situation.
That's what well, yeah, it was the same argument. He was
I'd rather
blessed.
fight Kill Bill than X-23.
But that's what I'm saying. You'd rather fight this person, but yet you're still going to die.
Yeah, but at least I know I'm going to try and kill this
Have a
person.
bit of a chance.
Yeah, I can't kill this person.
Well, like I said, 100 assassins all had a chance and they still died. Like, that's a question mark. And Logan's inevitable, right? That's what I'm saying. The point is, it's just so odd. Should we even deem it badass? Because what's the point? Whereas you've accomplished something on your Todd with training. You've got this far. Like, the same as John Wick.
Yeah.
She's identical to John Wick, which is a female version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it more... Like,
it'd be mint having them as a crossover.
oh, it'd be fucking beautiful. Is it a badass thing that you got to this place because you fucking trained, you did all this shit, and people are terrified of you by your own sheer will and determination, or, oh, you bombed it?
Yeah, but...
You know what I mean? Like, don't... it's a horrible go against Logan, but...
He wasn't born with his little claws, though.
Oh, of course. The adamantium...
Starting off with bones.
That's what I mean. Like
The regeneration factor was there, so you could always self-heal. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying. He got lucky in life. He is a badass. He is a killer. He's scary as fuck. But I just think it's more, like, rewarding and badass that not only born a woman, thingy, so she's had to make herself this thing from nothing.
So yeah, Kill Bill would win then. Well, no, she wouldn't win, but yeah. she wins this.
See, that's what I'm just trying to say. That, like the more like John Wick's badass, he started from a regular guy getting trained and shit like that, and yet he's getting called the boogeyman, and he started off as a reg. He started off as me and you.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas unfortunately Logan was born with it. He isn't, no question, he's badass. Right.
Keanu Reeves is cool. He's a main guy.
Next.
We're going back to Indiana Jones. Brad Mills.
I will find you and I will kill you.
Again, he's CIA guy.
He's ex-something or other.
Military, something like that, isn't he? I think it was military. Because he gets his mate involved in his second one or the third one.
I can't remember, but you wouldn't like to be related to him, would you? Because every chance you'd be taken.
But
But there again, you'll be safe.
Indy who punches Nazis.
Yeah.
Or
Sean Connery.
Liam
Liam Neeson.
But he's only a badass if you take his daughter.
Well, no, them skills are always there. Yeah, them skills are always there. I hate to do this. The only downside to Indiana is he gets quite fucked up a lot. Some like when he beats the big Nazi on the airport, he gets a bit lucky with the propeller and shit like that. He is a badass and all that shenanigans. But if you were to put him against a lot of people at the same time, the human side really shows that he probably would end up losing. Whereas
he would if you put him against Liam Neeson.
Yeah, whereas he seems to be able to take out a lot in a one-er.
Yeah, so it'd be Brian on this one.
The mystery name of Brian.
We found our Brian.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
What's that today?
I'm writing this out.
Denise?
Next time.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You can get a Hey Hey and Pooh Funko.
Hey,
but
hey.
it's like 65 quid.
Hey,
And like the rooster and the pig.
hey.
Next.
Rambo and John Wick.
John Wick.
It's gonna have to be if you take away Rambo's guns and weapons.
He'll
and
still-
whatever else, he'll do a good job.
Yeah, but John Wick,
But
the way
John-
he
yeah,
fights is
yeah.
a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's sort of
It's like
like
if you put John Wick, I know it's another character, but if it's like you put him against what you call him. He's fucking. I can't remember his name. Steven Seagal.
Steve Seagal, right?
So you put them two together, I think that would be a good fight. Because
That would
obviously
be a good
Steven
fight.
Seagal is fucking proper legit thingy.
Yeah.
But then again, so is Keanu because he got taught.
Yeah, the thing with John Wick is everything he's diverse in. Where hand-to-hand combat, so many different fighting styles. Any sort of weapon you put him in, whether it be a hand-to-hand weapon,
Yeah.
whether it be a sniper, a shotgun, a pistol, the sequence is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like every move he's predicting what the next person's doing 20 moves ahead.
Like I said, just take away that John Wick character and it's just like Keanu and what did I just say?
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Like I said, both of them are trained in fucking kung fu and karate and all that
Yeah,
shit.
they're fucking
So that they're both actually legit
in
away
the
from the
real,
characters.
real life, yeah. Steven Seagal though apparently is somewhat fake.
Is the only English guy that's got the. He's
English.
Well, no, but he's the only. He's the only non-Japanese guy that's got his own Kodo school
Yeah,
and all
that's
that
what-
shit. That's what I mean.
See, I watched Joe Rogan talk about this. Like I said, a lot of it's apparently meant to be fake, though, what he does.
See, I don't know.
They bring it up and they showed some old fighting stuff. Like it was
Some of the shit he
kickboxing.
comes out with in the films, yes.
Yeah, no.
But in personal real life, I do think he's a proper fucking legit fucking.
See, I've got a question mark on it because, like I said, what Joe Rogan brought up and what the stuff they watched. You know, them monks that say, people can punch me and I do this, and they fall over and they go a million rolls and like, oh, and you've just done this.
Yeah.
They show him doing that, and in a real fight, and he fairly got his ass handed to him. So I'm not quite sure how much of it is actually fake.
Put him up against Jackie Chan.
You see, whereas Jackie Chan, we know he's a karate expert.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could be wrong, but what I seen, I think Steven Seagal's, a lot of it's a bit fake. Plus, he's really fat now, isn't he?
He is. He's brutal.
He was meant to be going to White In, wasn't he? Was Mr.
I'm
Seagal.
not sure.
Someone
Dunno.
was meant to. I don't know, I could be lying to you. Someone was meant to be.
Why would they do so well?
And they were
I fucking know.
yeah, okay.
Next.
Anyway, Rambo.
So who won?
Keanu beat
Keanu,
John Wick.
Yeah,
beat
that's
Keanu.
what I was like. We're going for this round again. Fuck your logistics.
Would have been quite funny if we had Rocky versus Rambo.
Rocky vs Bond.
Wow, Rocky's badass because he's a boxer. He goes to Russia and stuff like that. Whereas he's a boxer, whereas Bond would probably be able to kill Rocky.
Yeah, an evening with Steven Seagal at Whitehaven Golf Club.
Jesus Christ. He was
I'll
desperate
play
for money.
golf with him.
Yeah, I think Bond would probably be able to kill. Like,
Bond
if
would
you had him in a
kill
fist
Rambo.
fight,
Then Rocky could probably box
well,
him
yeah, you'd be able to box him, like, throwing jabs and that, but Bond will know, like, I don't know if he knows karate per se, but he'll know some sort of
Yeah. Yeah,
thingy.
yeah.
So,
He'll know how to block it and counteract
yeah,
it.
that would be more interesting, but if Bond was going to fight Rocky, Bond would use all of his training through weapons and all that kind of shit, take out Rocky.
Yeah. Bond. James Bond.
Bond, James Bond.
Shaken, not stirred. Batman and Brian.
Batman and Brian.
I think this, I answered it before, Batman would have an answer. Like, if he rings up Batman and says, I will find you and I will kill you, Batman would just probably be like, I found you first, and be stood behind him.
Haha.
You know what I mean? The world's greatest detective, which is a fucking asset of its own. It's hard to say because, like I said, it's a regular guy and a cow who lost his parents, and he's like, I'm angry.
I'm angry.
But it's just what I've seen him do.
I'm angry, I'm scared of bats.
And there you go. His biggest fear, which is a badass thing in itself, to be that traumatized by a fear, to then wear it and traumatize, to be, you know, remember in The Dark Knight when they're like, they're looking out and they're like, they're getting a bit edgy and they're like, we don't really want to do this deal. And they're like, why not? He's like, well, because he might be here. And they're like, oh, it's meant to be a myth. The fact that he's done that to criminals. Remember in Batman v Superman, where he saves people and the girls are like, shh, it's still here. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. That, to make yourself this myth is... Have you not seen Batman v Superman?
No.
Imagine being saved by somebody to only say, shh, it's still here. Like when Spider-Man saves, like, oh, thank you, Spidey. Saves off Batman and you're terrified.
Martha, why did you say that name?
That's Superman, though. Oh, well, Batman says it, but Superman's the one that started that prick.
Yeah, I don't need to watch it though.
The fact that he can beat the Man of Steel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in Lego DC, I got to the bit where like
Yeah.
the villains and like the good guys all come together, and you know, and then basically take the piss. Like Joker takes the piss out of Batman, and Superman's apparently like obviously like, oh, he's more powerful than you. He's like, haha, but I'd still want Batman to win. Take some kryptonite and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, anyway, I think Batman's beating Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad.
Brad.
I didn't know what his name was, so I was
Brad.
just make it up. Terminator and Matrix.
Well, I'm going to go by the same argument with him before. He's just a robot. Granted, he's badass, but he was just made to be badass. Like they said, let's make this robot.
Yeah.
Like every robot's technically badass because it's a robot. Whereas she's built the way there. They're kind of like the Legend of the Batman. So even though he would probably, well, I would say probably, he was able to get killed, beaten in the first one off regular people. So I'd say she would be able to beat. I'm going to say her. I'm going to say Kill Bill.
Yeah. Should find a way to give it to him.
They're such good films.
Batman versus Bond. The Batman.
No, I'm going to say Batman. Batman.
And that.
Argument would be, he's fought, like, Deadshot and the likes of them are kind of on the same par as Bond. Great with weapons and shit like that. Great to hand-to-hand combat and stuff. Bond, you can't put tech against tech because his tech would probably beat Bond's tech because Bond's tech's, you know, a car with the guns in it, whereas the Batwing and all that kind of shit, the Bat Sub and all this kind of fucking shenanigans. Plus, the detective side, Bruce Wayne will be 20 times smarter than Bond. He will out-tactic him and out-maneuver. That's how he usually
James
wins.
Bond's like, his equipment all made. Like, he doesn't physically make
No,
it.
that's what I mean. He gets made for him. Don't get us wrong, it'll be... Even if hand-to-hand, actually, I think Batman would just take him apart.
I think hand-to-hand it would.
Yeah. Like, Bond's fucking... Obviously, he's a regular guy. A lot of it gets handed to him. Still great at fighting. He's great with weapons. But the Batman would out-tactic him. He's come up against villains like this on Bond's part millions of times and beat them.
Yeah, it's going to have to be Batman.
The Batman.
John Wick and Beatrix.
No, John Wick.
John Wick.
That would be a fucking beautiful fight.
It'd be nice to see that film.
Because that would end with both of them covered in blood, both of them fucked up. They've been, matching each other hand to hand with different weapons, katanas and shit.
Yeah.
But I think John Wick would maybe just edge it. I think that is a fucking tight one.
That is a close one.
I think I might be doing favouritism a bit there with John Wick. I fucking love
I think I
Keanu.
am as well. I suppose it's Keanu and fucking...
Oh, is that what you scrambled it up? It's the finale. Oh, Jesus Christ. Batman versus John Wick. Keanu versus...
It's the finale!
I don't know what you'll say.
John Wick will not give up on this one. Neither will Batman.
Yeah, neither will Batman.
So it'll be a fucking tight one with this one.
It'll be fucking so tight.
There'll be carnage everywhere.
The
The entire town will be destroyed before either one of them will give up.
fucking will be, yeah, the giving up part it's a proper stalemate. Keanu's going to come at him with his hand-to-hand combat and his weapons and shit like that. I think this is another case where Batman will out-tactic him. Keanu
The only
Reeves
thing
is
I can
smart.
say is Keanu is more... He's just regular Joe weapons,
Yeah.
where Batman, he's got gadgets behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you took away Batman's gadgets, it'd be close, but I think John might just get him.
See, I still think Batman will out-tactic him. John Wick's smart. We know he's smart. But a lot of his fights, we see him sort of go in and wing it. Batman would have already seen this, studied it, says, okay, this guy goes in, wings it, and he would have outmaneuvered him and tactic that, and he will have in his brain a way of defeating it. He's kind of got like a fucking AI inside of his head of how he can win this and come up on top.
Again, I think it's more of his gadgets helping him that way, though.
No, I'm saying it's free. As the world's greatest detective, he'll see John Wick coming, and then John Wick will think he's winning. There'll be a moment, and all of a sudden, Batman's got a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. He's got every single plan you can think of. Whereas John Wick's, if I don't kill you now, I haven't got a backup plan. I have to kill you now, beat you. There's no coming back. There's no outthinking it. Batman will have a step for like he has for every member of the Justice League. If they ever went bad, he's got a plan for everything fully because it's because of his paranoia. It's because of his fucking insomnia and shit like that. I think Batman will eventually just outthink, and he'll have too many plans for Keanu to, because Keanu could beat that plan, but he can only do that for so long. Whereas Batman, for whatever stupid reason, they've given him in this backlaw a constant row of I'll outthink this. Because we've seen Batman come from dire straits. How's this happened? Like, a perfect symbolic looking at it is him climbing out the pit in The Dark Knight Rises, of how he outfought and outdone and all this crazy shenanigans. And just the way he wins is fucking insane. So yeah, I think eventually John Wick wouldn't have anywhere else to go. He'd eventually hit a wall.
Yeah. Like Batman 1?
Well, oh no, if you still think John Wick...
No. It's, so if you take away his gadgets, but...
Because even if Keanu is a better fighter than him per se, Batman would say, right, you're a better fighter than me. I'll sway it this way. I'll use... I think he's great at using his terrain, which is so is John Wick. He'll take the fight to a level where he knows he's more dominant.
He's more prominent.
Yeah. Whereas John Wick again will just be like, fight on the spot. Can I do this move? Do that move? Batman's like, I know what you're gonna do here. You're beating me, but you think you're gonna win because you beat me at the minute. Now we've brought it over here. Now what you're gonna do? And then he'll shenanigans in that way. I mean, it's fucking.
John Wick is that smart. He will figure it out.
See, but we've never seen that proven, though, have we? We've seen it all on the spot. John Wick, where he's outgunned and he's outfought his way. But like, imagine that hotel scene where they take down the Intercontinental. Yeah. If it was wave after wave after wave. If so many people come in. I know it sounds so far-fetched, but the fact that these are all fictional characters anyway, Batman would still outthink of a way. Whereas Keanu would eventually hit a wall and be like, how am I going to fucking do this for?
True.
Again, all speculation. It's what I think.
I've got nothing to come back on that one. I see, my head's still swinging towards Keanu.
If you think it's Keanu, we could swing it to me. But if we put it this way,
Don't swing it.
does Keanu Reeves beat Superman?
Well, I don't know. We haven't seen that happen.
Well, no, but we haven't seen any of this happen. But we know Batman can beat Superman. That's fact. If Keanu comes up against Superman, one-on-one, who wins? Doesn't mean Keanu's less of a badass, because he'll still go for it, he'll still fight, he'll still try.
For all we know, he could do the same thing as what Bruce done.
Because as well, a massive advantage to Bruce Wayne is his never-ending pockets, which, if fair enough, is not Keanu's fault, but he'll buy whatever he needs to do to
That's what I
win
mean.
every
That's what I'm
situation.
saying. That Batman's always using his gadgets, where Keanu is so.
No, but you can take the gadgets away from Batman. You can have just Bruce Wayne there, and it would still be. There's been.
But then it'd be just Bruce Wayne.
Look at him when he. He'll still be thinking the bat. Look at the Dark Knight Rises. He loses all his money, comes back, reclaims Gotham, and kills. Well, look, finishes off Bane, and then saves the day. Saves Gotham. The bomb doesn't explode. I don't even think Keanu Reeves beats Bane. And that's a Bruce Wayne without no money, without any shenanigans. That's what I mean. He knew he was going back with no money, but he still had this master plan built out. Keanu's smart, but well, not Keanu. We're not talking about Keanu. We're talking about John Wick. But he's not.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think he's got maybe a plan A and a plan B, whereas Batman's just. You should watch a show called Superhero Beatdown, by the way. It's fucking awesome. Where fans, they fictionally make a fight between, and it could be someone from TMNT against fucking a Power Ranger, and then the fans vote who they think will win, and it always comes out, and I'll say as well, Batman's never lost. He beat Wolverine, beat Deadpool, these people fucking regenerate. He's beat Superman and that. They have like 4 versus Superman, and she's fucking awesome. You should watch Superhero Beatdown, watch it, mate. It's fucking mint. But no, yeah, I'm sticking with Bats. And there's another thing. I don't think hand-to-hand styling. No, fuck. Yeah, hand-to-hand styling. I think Keanu wouldn't even beat the Joker. Because I think if we get the typical normal Joker, as long as the Joker doesn't get involved in a fist fight with him, because Keanu would just kill him, whereas Batman would hesitate a sec. The Joker's mind games.
But the Joker's advantage, he plays game.
Yeah, I don't know if Batman's already fucked in the head. Everyone knows this. Batman's gone. He's got a screw loose. That's why he's able to stay on this mental playing field with the Joker. Whereas Keanu comes up against the Joker, Joker's got no. I mean, ignore killing your dog in that like shit like that. Whatever else you've got, Joker will fucking torture and torment and manipulate. Batman, he can deal with a lot more than Keanu can. I keep saying Keanu. What about John Wick? Keanu Reeves is probably a nice guy too. I mean, he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight Batman.
Cool guy.
But no, I'm sticking with Batman.
I think you kind of have persuaded me a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it there.
Right, so we got Batman for that one. That was a fun one.
But if I was my personal pick, I'd have Keanu.
Like I said, if you still want to go Keanu, just swing it to B. And she can just A and B it.
A or B, B. No. I think you kind of have persuaded me enough to swing to Batman. Yeah.
Oh, what are they? Just fucking.
Tattoo designs.
Oh, they're very nice.
Wait till I see the Joker one. Where is it? There it is.
Ah. That's very nice. But there we go, visuals. I did slept and watched boxing. I don't know what to do next. It's getting a little bit hard. I was going to do the whole food one. You guys started talking about food, but I ain't got clued food. As long as I like it and I'm on shit, I'm not really fucking arsed. So maybe it's one you can duke it out on. B would have to write that.
You write a list of food.
Yeah, you are a bit more exotic and out there with your taste buds than I am.
You can do a food one.
I was going to do the hardest level on a video game, but me and you haven't played.
No, we haven't really played video games together.
Yeah, plus our catalogues, our game catalogue is completely different.
Yeah, I'm more RPG and racing. You're more like.
I could say, I could say, honestly, this level's well hard, but because you won't be able to get your head around it because you've never done that level.
Yeah.
Or hardest game to complete. What is this? Bitchin'.
It's like
salt and pepper.
Cusco's poison for Cusco.
What?
Emperor's New Groove. It's a little poison for Cusco.
Oh. But yeah, when I edit visuals, I'm going to have another smoke and moon tea, and we're going to go upstairs and I'm going to slowly die off, get up and watch Mike Tyson, hopefully not bite anyone's ear off.
I'll say you will this time.
Wow, hopefully not. That would have been nice if we had a third fight. Second fight with Evander Holyfield. Do they have 2 fights? I can't remember. This as well will be the first time I can ever physically remember watching a Mike Tyson fight, because when he was in his prime and mainly fighting, I was too young or not really into boxing. Obviously, I've seen the fights, the highlights and that now, but I've never sat down and watched Mike Tyson fight live.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's a YouTuber, regardless if I hate him or not, he's on his undercard, says a lot for where YouTubers have come. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see Jake Paul get his head smashed in, but yeah, there we go, visuals, we'll end it there. I'm going to die off, see what the football scores are. Visuals, thanks for listening, we must keep being you, and best Batman impression. Keep on, keep... What was that? Keep on, keeping on, Italian Batman. What? Give us a... Okay, so I've got to keep on, keeping on. I want a French Batman. I just Scooby-Doo Batman. I want a... I want a Australian Batman with a twang of Pokemon.
What? A twang of
Batman. The mob boss.
I am a Batman. Can I?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, g'day. I'm a Batman.
Imagine Batman in a different... It wouldn't work. He's menacing because I'm the Batman. And then it comes to, g'day, I'm the Batman. Oh, I'm gonna beat you. Chris, I want an Asian Batman. Don't really.
Oh, I got Batman.
Better than mine.
Give it up.